Hello. Alright, what's going on? Welcome. This is my tutorial for full real battles. Now it's gonna be a little laggy. I'm, full 1080 here, graphics. So it's maxed out pretty much. And I'm trying to record on fraps. So whatever. Alright, dude, let's just get straight into it. I'm not the best in the world here. I'm not even very good. And I can't hardly ever play. But when I do, I'm trying to level up right now. I'm level 12 US, and I'm trying to get to the Mustangs. Ooh, look at that, 70 air kills, full real. It's not bad. Go to your controls. It's full real battles. You have to. Okay. And you can adjust. You remember that every mode has a setting where, if it's simplified or arcade mode, you can still fly with heavier or more realistic controls. Though you're kind of at a disadvantage in some ways, but you are more maneuverable. Again, you can stall out and things, so it's sort of worse, especially if you like arcade. Me, I play arcade on realistic. I play realistic on realistic because if you have bombs and stuff, you will definitely crash on full real. And on full real, I like full real. I have engine controls, everything set up. What you need is there you go. You need full aerodynamics. You have to set this part up. If you don't, you'll never play full real. Okay. You got your trim. It'll trim for you. I've never used that before. Reset trimming. Okay, I use my elevator. Now, I'm going to try to find some pictures and stuff and basically put it up on there how I look at it mentally. My home, insert home, page up, page down, end, delete. I look at that like it's an aircraft, okay, facing away from me. I'm looking right at an aircraft from the rear, okay. Now these buttons, the way I set it up, elevator trim is going to be my end and home. That's center. Like, do I want the airplane to basically want to lift up all the time at certain speeds, or do I want it to drop down? Or I can adjust this. Aileron and all these controls, PS, all these controls, when you go to set them up, make sure that they are relative. Relative control, yes, that means when I press it and let go, it doesn't let go and go back to 0. It'll actually like count up. Like I can press home, it'll say +1, +2, +3, and then I let go and it stays there at +3. Okay, so make sure all of these are relative. Okay, so end and home is my elevator trim. Okay, home key makes the plane want to go up because, again, if you look at the 6 keys, like you look at them on your keyboard, it kind of looks like an aircraft. Now your aileron, which is your wing flaps, delete and page down because they look like that's where the airplane's wings are. And again, they're relative. All these controls must be relative, or it's useless. Rudder trim. I put them on insert and page up because your rudder goes up in the back to keep you stable through the air, and your insert would automatically suggest, okay, that's his tail flap is kind of like to the left, and my page up is kind of like my tail flap is to the right. Understand? So again, I'm going to try to throw up some kind of little graphic on here so you guys understand what I'm saying. And again, all these are definitely, you have to go and when you check them, and when you change them, you have to put them on relative control. And there you go. Now let's do this. I have nothing. Okay. Here's what this does. I'm going to press home and hold it down. Notice in the bottom left corner you see my elevator trim, and I'm letting go of the key and it's staying there. 42. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. 50, and you see in the back, you see that? It's trimming out and it's going to stay there because that's what I'm selecting. I'll trim my rudder out with my insert key, leave it there. As soon as it gets to where the level, it's going to stay there. And you can go up to 100%, obviously. 100% of how much you can turn. Just in case you take bullets or something in the air, they will level you out. Now I'm going to show you that people say, oh, it's too hard, I can't play it on full reel, you know, it's too hard to control. It's not. The thing is, you haven't set it up, or whatever default setting they have is gay. Okay? Don't mind me saying gay, it's just gay. I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to take off with nothing but trim. I have a 360 controller, or a mouse relative control, that I use for fine tuning and for shooting. But I'm going to use just my trims. First off, I don't want flaps. You know, P38, you really don't need flaps. You're better off without them. So I'm going to set my trim, my elevator trim, up to about 25, something like that. And here we go. I'm going to gas it. Now this is dual engine, so I don't actually need anything. Now, see, I spun a little bit to the left. I can trim that out with rudder. You will need that on single engine planes. You won't really need that on this. Just on takeoff, it kind of one powers up before the other. I'm gonna go up a little bit with my elevator, put my gear up, and bring the trim down for the elevator. About 15, take off, or a little more, 20. Get you some height and your speed build up. Now, the faster you go, the faster the plane's going to want to turn up. So the faster you go, you want to start adjusting that trim. I'm going to use my keyboard. I'm going to crank it to the left. Go around this corner here. I've actually never done this before, keyboard only. Come around here. Now I'm going to take over with the mouse because I just don't know how to zoom in and all that stuff. Bring my trim down to about 0. I'm 230 mile an hour. Now if I go about 300, you're going to have to start going minus trim. See, you should be able to take off in any plane with just the trim, or just your your trims. How do you zoom in with this? I don't even know how to zoom in with the mouse. Isn't that sad? Like a bounce. That's going to be it. You should be able to land with your trim. I wouldn't try it, especially on full reel, unless you really are comfortable and you know what you're doing. You've done it for a while. So that's it. Simulation over. Is that really that hard, guys? Is it really that hard?